Josh Mandel was on campus and we asked him about the student debt crisis.
And have you always wanted an iPad? Well, the wait may be over.
All that and more on Buckeye News Now.
I'm Alice Bacani.
And I'm Asia Gore. You're watching Buckeye News Now on Channel 19. Ariel Castro was found hanged in his prison cell Tuesday night. The 53-year-old man was sentenced to life plus 1,000 years in prison for the abduction, rape, and brutal treatment of 3 women in Cleveland. Castro is in solitary confinement at Pickaway County Prison, where he was checked out by a guard every 30 minutes. In an official release from Ohio Rehabilitation and Correction officials, police found Castro at approximately 9:20 p.m. He was rushed to Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center, where he was pronounced dead at 10:52 p.m.
The Ohio State Board of Trustees recently voted to name the new Emergency Medical Department after Abercrombie Fitch, a company whose CEO is an OSU alumnus. The retail store has donated about $10 million to the university in recent years. Let's see what students have to say.
Any company or organization whose main goal is to help the Buckeye community, and more specifically the medical community, and if that money is going to go towards saving lives and encouraging research, then I'm all for it, regardless of, I'm very supportive of Abercrombie Fitch's mission here.
Comments that their CEO has made about body images and stereotypes that he wants to promote, it's just detrimental to students and their feelings about themselves and their own bodies. And having a part of the medical center named after them is just perpetuating this idea.
The cost of a diploma isn't going down, and those student loans aren't easy to pay back if those grads don't get jobs. Alexandria Chapin has the latest from Josh Mandel on student debt and jobs after graduation.
I'm at Ohio State's financial aid office, where thousands of students come through every semester to get aid information, but very few of those incoming freshmen think about the debt they'll have in 4 years. 2/3 of college seniors who graduated in 2011 had student loan debt, with an average of $26,600 a borrower. Meanwhile, unemployment for young college graduates remained at a high 8.8% in 2011, according to Project on Student Loan Debt. In Ohio alone, the average debt is higher at $28,683 a borrower, and 68% of those college graduates graduate with debt.
I think students are concerned about the amount of debt they're incurring, and when they graduate, what's their debt picture looking like compared to how much money they're actually making. The second main concern about college students, or in regard to college students, is when they graduate, do they have a job? And one of the most important things we can do as state leaders, whether it's me as state treasurer, governor's office, the legislature, and other public officials, is to create a better environment for job creation here in the state.
The United States has a total of $1.2 trillion in college debt. Student loan debt accounted for 6% of federal debt, according to Forbes.com. Ohio State grads have a lower student loan average, with $25,000 upon graduation, according to the Ohio State Financial Aid Office. Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Alexandria Chapin.
As the search continues for a new university president, students may begin to wonder what qualities the board is actually looking for. A presidential symposium looked to address those questions by holding an open panel of other university presidents to discuss the status of the search, as well as the importance of such a task.
We're at a point in American history in which we've lost our way a little bit about the value of education, and that we're driven right now by the idea that you have to do something at the lowest possible cost, and that there has to be a job at the other end of it.
Panelists offered analogies for the qualities they thought a university president should have.
I think of it as a rubber band that's between both of my hands. And you stretch out the rubber band, but you don't want to stretch that rubber band too far that it would break. And you want to then push it out further, but making sure that your alums and faculty and students and staff are with you. And then you want to push it out a little bit further.
Intellectually curious, because a university has lots and lots of different fields, and a curious president can be like a good virus.
New high-dollar technologies are always hitting the stores, but you may not have to pay big bucks to get your hands on the latest gadgets. A new program at the Thompson Library lends iPads to students, but only for a couple of hours. Ritika Shaw has the story.
Thompson Library is offering more than just books to students this semester.
We're lending out iPads to students, faculty, or staff.
This pilot program began summer term. 10 iPad 2s and 10 iPad minis will be available until the end of fall semester this year.
These tablets, called Buck iPads, hold about 40 preloaded apps and can be rented by students, faculty, and staff for 5 hours at no cost.
The iPads have apps that are focused on OSU-created apps or things focused around OSU, apps that are geared towards accessing library content and materials, and then also apps that are geared towards student productivity, student studies, or other more popular apps such as Facebook, Twitter, things like that.
While many students haven't heard about this option yet, at least one student says she could see herself working through homework on the iPad or taking notes in class.
I actually think it's a really cool option. I would definitely use it. Actually, I'm thinking of buying one, but now since this option is opened up, why not just use it now? And it's a lot better than carrying a laptop around.
Swanson said she hopes to expand the program to other locations and libraries and said she'd like to see iPads tailored to specific disciplines in the future. Reporting for Buckeye TV, I'm Ritika Shah.
The big rivalry game against Michigan may be away this year, but students without cars can still make it to the match. The undergraduate student government recently announced that they will provide students with free bus trips to Ann Arbor, Cedar Point, and other cities in Ohio. USG President Taylor Stepp said the program came from students' interest after a successful pilot year.
So again, to expand this program was a no-brainer. The cost is free to students, so I think that USG is really providing a great service to students with this.
When we come back, chaos in the Ohio Union. We'll tell you why.
And have you noticed that your rent is getting higher? It's not your imagination.
Stay tuned.